So recently, we all had a bombshell that was dropped on us. Any and all of us who've been using Google Ads were affected by this. Google removed the broad match modifier. Bam! Just like that. Gone. It is a tool that we have used for a long time, and we have really relied on that to make the ads more profitable, and it was completely nuked. The alternatives are not good, folks. And if you're running Google Ads, or if you plan to run Google Ads, then you need to be aware of some of the new limitations and what it's going to mean to you if you just leave your accounts in the default mode. And you should know some of the workarounds. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we are working around this to ensure that our ads and our clients' ads continue to be successful. Hey everyone, I'm Richard Cruz, and my agency, WSI Priority Media, tests Google Ads and digital marketing strategies every day. We're discovering those things that are working and the things that are not working, and these videos are all about sharing with you ideas to be able to help you be able to get better results with your own digital marketing. So let's see what's going on here. When we look at broad match modifiers, we look at phrase match modifiers, we look at modifiers that are used in Google Ads. You know, we've got several choices that we've always been used to: broad match, exact match, phrase match, broad match modifier. And on the screen here, I've got, some of the different explanations there. The purpose of this video is not to drill down into all of the different explanations, but in the past, what's happened is that we have always been very, very, very cautious with broad match. Broad match is telling Google, hey, here you go, and just go out there and give me whatever you think may be related to this. Well, broad match is just that. It's broad match, and you can bring in a lot of irrelevant traffic if you're not really, really careful with it. And so for us, we've really relied on two really key components. Phrase match is just a great one. And a broad match modifier, what that means is that's the little pluses that you can see right here in the example column. And here it shows that you put a little pluses. And what you're saying is, as long as this word, and this word are in there, I don't care what's in between there. Like here, for example, it has, car charger, for sale. And so the words here, for example, let's say car charger. And that's your product, right? And you can just make all kinds of mix and match and variances. And so with that being gone now, you cannot assume that the default of broad match is going to be able to give you the results that you need. You're probably going to see that your numbers are going to start to get skewed. And so what you want to do is you want to, moving forward, really start keeping an eye on things. And I always say test. Google says, hey, trust us and use broad match. And what you can do is you can run a campaign allowing broad match to work. But what we're doing is we are doubling down on phrase match. Phrase match is really where we are going to be going this in a big time way. And so what I want you to do here is be able to drill down on what your specific keywords are. So in the past, you can use the modifiers and you could put those seed words and let anything come into play. Now you can't do that. Now what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to be able to really start thinking through what are the different ways that people use that. So in this particular example, in the first column here, I've got broad match modifier, cosmetic and dentist. I put the plus, right? And so you could be best cosmetic dentist, local cosmetic dentist, nearby dentist specializing in cosmetic work. All of those, would have worked before. Now, Google's default, with broad match, you can easily get cosmetic makeup, oral surgeons, orthodontists, and if that's not what you do, you don't want those in there. And so the strategy, what we want to do is we want to really look at short phrases. We want to look at ways people do them. So for example, cosmetic dentist, dentist cosmetic, we want to really start doing that. And let me see if I can switch my browser tab here. So let's say, for example, I go in here and I type into into Google search terms, and you can see Google suggest working in cosmetic dentistry, near me, cosmetic dentist Flower Mound, cosmetic dentistry Dallas, all these different ones, and you just start really spending more time than in the past. And another one is using Google Ads search tool. The search tool is your best friend, and what it's going to mean is that if you're an advertiser, you're going to have to be spending more time than you have been used to in the past. And those agencies and those people that are not putting in that extra work right now to do the deeper levels of keyword search, if you're not going to your positive search terms report and pulling out all the different ways that people have searched before and putting those into phrase match, you are going to see your campaigns that are probably going to wind up not performing as well as they could or as really that they should. Google searches, tool, the keyword research tool, grab all the different variances and just build those into your campaign. That Google Keyword Planner is going to be, your best friend going forward, and it's going to be just part of the new normal. It's how funny that new normal, that's kind of become a new normal word, right? With COVID and all of 2020 and 2021 and all that has happened in our world. I guess that's a common term, but when it comes to Google, this is the new normal. So it's going to be detrimental to those who aren't going the extra mile. And look, guys, change is opportunity. This is a stumbling block. And you're going to find that some of your competition, if you're a dentist, you're going to find some dentists that are running ads, or they're agencies that are a bunch of Muppets that are not putting in that extra layer of work and not doing this. And so if by you going this extra mile and finding these and really doing keyword research to an extreme level and bringing those into your phrase matches, you are going to be head and shoulders above everybody. So you can get frustrated like everybody else and complain about, hey, Google's just changing again, or you can get excited that, hey, this is opportunity, and take advantage of that opportunity. And so folks, that is my overview on Google's removing of the broad match modifier. And I hope that you've learned at least one thing in this video that's going to help you. And if you did, do me a favor, put it in the comments below. I love to be able to hear what's working for you, any ahas, any questions that you have. And if you need help with your digital marketing or Google Ads, click on the link below. And remember, like the video and subscribe so that you're alerted of future episodes like this. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now. See you on the next one.